There's JC1. As always, accompanying me this evening is Easy's a Sunday morning Breezy. How we doing, Breezy?
Was this today? Alright, okay.
As you can see, he's clearly not a morning person. And as always, we have the P-Town Cowboy, whiskey drinking man, Double D. How's it going, mate? Are you jet setting this week? I haven't really asked you this week, so.
I've already jet setted this week.
Hey, where have you been out this week?
And I'll have you know, this isn't whiskey.
Oh.
This is premium, straight from the vine, apple juice. I don't drink midweek.
Since when?
I do lie a lot though.
Yeah.
I
was gonna say, when's this lie coming in?
No, I was in Manchester on Tuesday. So yes, I was jet setting a little bit this week, just a little bit.
Ah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
It's a good city. I've not been in a while. I should go.
Brilliant city. Yeah.
Oh.
It's probably my second favourite city in the UK.
What's your first?
Obviously Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, of course. Yeah.
Obviously Edinburgh.
I was gonna say, if you said London, we were gonna have problems.
I don't think anyone likes London.
I like London in small doses. Whenever I go there, I'm only there for a couple of days.
Do you mean on like a postcard?
Oh, just bear with us here. Double D, just say something, because you've cut out. Everyone's... Just bear with me 1 second. We've a bit of a technical issue here. All of a sudden, for some reason, you both cut out. I won't be a second. We're just going to take a short break. It won't be too long.
Babe, when I saw you for the first time, I knew we were destined to meet. 'Cause my knees went weak, my stomach went tight. Stay there, don't leave. Pull myself together, babe, I'm so shy. Trying to find something to say. Whatever I say needs to be right to pull you my way. And I feel trapped, 'cause now you're everything I see on the...
Should be ashamed of yourself.
So there we go. We are back. We are back following that brief technical interruption. I honestly do not know what happened there. It was just kind of weird. I got a notification on my screen about WhatsApp or something, and then everything cut out. I was like, what? What the heck's going on here? So
They couldn't handle how good the content was.
No, that was an amazing conversation while we were sorry, guys.
And they were like, nah, these guys are too hot.
No, I just thought we're advertising the North too much, because let's face it.
Yeah, we were slagging off London quite a lot, weren't we? Yeah. The best, London's the worst.
I don't mind London. London's okay. Well, the tunes.
We're not doing this again. We're not doing it. We need to move off the intro. We're going to be here all day.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, let the man speak.
Go on,
Has anyone been to Glasgow?
No, that's one city I haven't actually been.
Guys, we're going to Glasgow.
Right now. The boys are in Glasgow. Let's do it next podcast.
That's it. Breezy's spoken. We're
bring the axe.
We're going to get on a train, go to Glasgow, do the podcast from there.
I'm down for that. And here's our guest. This guy from the pub.
Gary from Glasgow.
Yeah.
Gary?
What was that?
Do you not remember? Do you not remember it? So years ago there was Only Fools Norses.
Yes, I do remember it.
And they accidentally kidnapped someone from
Yeah,
France,
they did.
and
It was over the chandelier, wasn't it?
yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all he could say were Gary, were his
Gary,
name, and it
yeah,
was
yeah.
Gary. That's
Gary?
all he was saying. It's absolutely legendary. Oh, fantastic. So, lads, anyway, right. So, one of the most popular shows of the year, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Obviously for superb for various reasons. But with a disappointing ending to the series, it just seemed a little.
Whoa, spoilers.
It just seemed no. Right, I won't spoil anything, but the last episode just seems it were a bit frantic and then it were a bit flat, and that's why I thought it weren't exactly a great end to a series. So, I won't say any more. But this week. Gotta love the Daily Mail. Got to love the Daily Mail, I should say. Sorry, I should really stop calling it Daily Mail.
You're so
Other
biased,
newspa-
man. You're so judgmental.
Other newspapers are available.
Yes, they are. So we've
Google
had.
Post is available.
So we've had the
Prince is
first. We've had the first ever case of fungus infection, guys.
I saw
On
this,
people?
yeah.
Yeah, on people.
So, I mean, they've been talking. This isn't a new thing, is it? This has been
No.
around for so long.
No.
It has been around for a while, yeah.
So, what's the symptoms then? Do their faces go all fungal and start chomping on people?
So basically, the 61-year-old from India caught Condorosterium pulperium from mushrooms. I'm trying to pronounce that best I can.
Good Latin, yeah. It was good Latin, mate.
So he's an Indian mushroom hunter, which
Oh my god, no, he was a hunter turned prey.
I know,
Oh, yeah,
I
they
know.
got him. I was going to say it's not very fair. They don't.
They
It's not much of a challenge.
This
They got him.
this story just keeps getting better. It keeps feeding me more and more. Sorry. So yeah, he was an Indian mushroom hunter, and he caught the fungal disease deadly to plants in a world's first case. So what he did, he started out with flu-like symptoms,
Oh,
and
no.
had difficulty swallowing for 3 months. So basically, the baffled doctors carried on doing a lot of tests, and they showed an abscess in the throat. They drained the pus and everything and sent it away for samples. And yeah,
Brad's not enjoying this at all. He's not enjoying this.
Brad's just wigged out by this. He thinks the world's going to be over. And apparently, when they sent it away from tests, they have found this this fungal disease. The X-rays of his chest and everything were normal. Stuff like it was the CT scan that showed the man had a abscess in his neck and throat. So, and they can actually, on their own, they can prove fatal when they're in the throat, apparently.
I mean,
so
you could say that. You could say
You
that
say
about
about
anything.
most things being stuck in your throat.
Yeah. Like
I think they call it
literally.
choking. I think that's the technical term.
yeah.
So
So
hold on. So how did he? I mean, my immediate mind goes to like AIDS started because somebody had relations with something that they shouldn't have had relations with, right? I'm not saying he did anything with a mushroom. Right? I'm not saying that's what
I
happened.
was gonna say I'd stay away from that comparison.
Yeah. How's this happened? I mean, the mushroom hasn't evolved, has it? That's not how it works.
No, they're not sure how exactly it's happened. They're just looking at the fact that he's a mushroom hunter. Obviously he's
Mushroom hunted. Actually,
Yeah,
is the correct
yeah.
terminology now.
He's at some point, he's the spores from the mushroom have got into his windpipe and his throat. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. And yeah, it's they found this fungus. Now they are saying that in classic One View fashion, I lose where I'm actually reading. So they are saying over the past several decades, multiple new pathogenic fungi have emerged, and they're saying global. Whoa, here we go. Blame global warming. Worsening global warming will also open up Pandora's box for new fungal diseases.
Hot
Okay,
shrooms, mate. You gotta be
I'm
wary of hot shrooms.
I've never done shrooms. I'd like to. Where they're legal in Amsterdam.
Are they
Guys,
not
go to
legal here?
Amsterdam.
They're not legal.
Oh,
No.
that might be a problem now, Brad.
Why?
Breezy. Because Amsterdam's launched a new campaign.
For fuck's sake, Amsterdam.
Basically, come to party, you're gonna end up in a jail cell.
Oh, that's going to kill the tourism industry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's what everyone said, but no,
They
they have.
ban prostitution as well. Finish themselves off.
Well,
No, they're allowed sexy parties.
yeah, they're allowed sexy parties and to get stoned, but basically they're trying to stop all the Brits going across for stag weekends, so they've actually launched a campaign. And now, if you found D&D Drunk and Disorderly in Amsterdam,
And the dragons.
whereas
Roll the dice. Roll the dice. Mate.
so whereas they used to let a lot go, obviously the police over there, people are having a good time, etc. Now you're going to be arrested.
Roll a 1. Yep, that's me arrested. Roll a 1.
Yeah, so no more drunken parties in Amsterdam apparently.
I've only been to Amsterdam the one time. It was fine. Also, the
can
beer's
I
really
ask-
expensive.
Can I ask a hypothetical question?
No.
Of course, always.
Just bouncing it back to Mushroom Man.
Oh, yeah,
Tony
yeah,
over
yeah.
there. What do you reckon is more likely to kill us first then? Mushroom Man or mushroom invading men? No, men invading mushrooms. Wait, what? You know what I'm trying to say? Or being
I really have
abducted
no
to-
idea right now what he's trying to say.
The mushrooms. Is it the mushrooms that's going to kill us first, or is it going to be we're going to be more likely to be abducted for a mass alien battle royale type adventure like the time traveler predicted last week?
Well, you see, I've got to go. More likely will be the mushrooms.
Yeah.
No way, I'm not having it.
We'll be
No,
eating.
time travel. Battle Royale. Go.
Battle royale.
My weapon of choice is a mushroom.
You would like the battle royale, but let's face it, we're gonna get mushrooms.
A big stalk in each hand. I'll just come at him with a shroom.
I was worried there for a sec because it's such a fungus. It's like, well, I think The Last of Us. I've not actually played it myself, but I've not watched the series. But
Excellent game.
have you seen the parasite that it's based on? It's absolutely horrific. It's
It is, yeah, it is.
horrifying. 'Cause it only affects insects. But
Yeah.
I thought if that affects humans, I'm leaving the planet. I don't care. I'm
Basically, puppets the host, isn't it?
yeah. It just like
Well, the-
grows out. He's like,
Yeah, it's scary. I've seen it on ants and stuff. It's really, really.
the
frightening.
weird thing
Yeah,
is the
it's-
ants
it's
know when
not-
one of their own is infected and they remove them from the colony. Like, how do
Some
they
sub-
know?
That's some subversion type shit, that Brad. I
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah, it's
So they remove so they don't affect everyone else. It's so weird.
it's
But no, it's absolutely horrifying. It's like that spreads to humans. I'm done. I'm not killing myself. I'm just leaving the planet. I'm gonna go live in the sea at sea or something. I don't know.
yeah.
The mushrooms grow in the sea? I don't know.
Not on my boat. They don't.
Soggy mushrooms?
I still go back to the Little Mermaid. Under the sea.
And that
Yeah,
I love
Yeah,
Little
it's every
Mermaid.
time. Start new life under the sea. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, well, you don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, at the end of the day, I think to be honest, I think as a species, we're sometimes our worst enemies, whether it be
Sometimes.
the threat of nuclear war, or whether it be
Oh yeah, that thing.
people messing about with science that,
You know what
to
I
be
don't
honest,
understand-
sometimes what shouldn't be messed about with. But
You know what I don't understand about nukes?
go on.
So back in the day, the only time to my knowledge,
There's,
that we've used
there's only
nukes to-
one thing. There's only one thing you don't understand about nukes, Brad. Go
What's
on.
that?
No,
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, I know. Like, there's only one time we've used them against a civilization. That was in Japan. Well, twice. You dropped 2 bombs.
Twice. Yeah.
Yeah, and that ended World War II. Essentially, it took Japan out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, why do we have thousands? Why do we really need that many? Isn't
It's-
one
it's-
enough? Is it like
It's a
a handful enough? I know it's
It's
an
a
arms race, but you're
It's a
not gonna be
preventive
last
measure.
to fire the next one.
Yeah, it's prevention.
preventive measure.
It's prevention by fear, isn't it? Because
Mm,
if one country launches and the other country launches, then
Retaliation. Yeah,
retaliate.
Do you need
We're
100 of
just
them?
we're just all in trouble. So
Do you need 1,000 of them? Like, one will do the job.
I know, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think you've only got to look at countries with
You
big
don't need to
landmass.
build any more,
Do you-
guys.
do you-
You've got enough.
Do you know what I don't get about all these nuclear tactical? You know when they put a map of the world and they say like, "Oh, if Russia was to bomb America, if America was to bomb Russia."
Mate, that'd
The-
solve all the wars if we stop bombing each other.
I know there'd be a lot of love in the room.
No more war. Just
But what
stop
gets me
bombing
is
around.
right. Why does everything have to go across us? Why can't
We're in
why-
the middle.
why can't they go west instead of east and go over China and Japan to Russia?
Fair, that's
Yeah, go the
fair.
other way.
You know why does it have to cross the UK and put us at risk?
Oh, because
Are
we're
we-
gonna get him. You know we're gonna get involved. We always do.
Best mates, aren't we? We're all busy mates.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we'll
we
grab them and
confident
take
in-
them down to the Royal Oak for a
We're all
pint.
best mates. I thought we were fucking colonisers a few minutes ago.
You two to the pub.
I'll play the colonisation card. Oh, you want help? Aren't we colonists? Fuck off. We'll take some of your stuff. No, we're not getting involved, and we'll take your stuff when it's over.
we treat them like children, basically.
Yeah.
Are we confident Russia can even send nukes nowadays?
They can. Yeah, I mean, in all
I'm not sure.
no,
I'm
in
not
all
sure.
no, in all
We can't
seriousness,
remember
right?
A tank brigade.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
There's
their tanks barely work.
especially with Ukraine at the moment. There's a lot of posturing. They've actually signed an agreement to put nukes in Belarus, which people have been have ratified in a sense that it's actually true. Watching the news this week, and yeah, so I do believe that it is a thing. I do believe they have got the ability. Now, how good the ability is, that's when you've got to question it.
Yeah, because they might launch it, it'll land in like, I don't know, just outside the borders because of that shit. And they'll end up nuking themselves.
Just
Nah.
looking at the map of the world, I'm finding the least likely place to get nuked in such an event.
It's Fiji and Hawaii, judging by the tactical scenarios they always
They'll
put on
nuke
TV.
Hawaii. They'll nuke
Won't they get-
Hawaii immediately.
Won't they
Oh,
get wiped out by
spite.
like tidal waves and stuff though?
Maybe.
Well, that's only if they have a tsunami, you know.
You wanna be up in the Highlands, mate, like Switzerland. That's
Well,
where you wanna be.
Antarctica. No one's gonna nuke that place.
Yeah, but there's also nothing there.
There's
Let's-
some science labs.
Let's go to Cumbria. They've got a few decent pubs, and no one's gonna nuke Cumbria.
I agree. Cumbria's pretty well protected as well. It's got lots of mountain
yeah,
ranges
yeah,
around it.
yeah, and you can get pretty high if you need to. So,
Right, Cumbria.
I
Let's
was
go.
gonna say no one's
Yeah,
gonna
Cumbria.
nuke it. No one's gonna nuke
But-
our city, but we have the first KFC, so
Yeah.
might be a strategic target.
This is facts. We do have the first KFC.
It's
right,
true.
okay.
but how it's still going, I'll never know. I'm not a big fan of the one in town.
KFC's gone downhill. So,
But on the subject of
KFC. Yep.
food, what do you think of the latest Easter craze? So this week we found out Heinz has launched 100 limited edition hot cross buns with mayonnaise, fruity mayonnaise on. I'm kind of up in the air on this one because I kind of think, right, okay, I like my meal. I'm not gonna deny it,
I like mayo.
Yeah. We like mayo.
but it is one of the most craziest things I think I've heard, that fruity mayo on a hot cross bun.
No,
That's fucking grim, mate.
that's gross.
You know, this is after previously they've launched the cream egg flavoured mayo back in 2019 and a chocolate orange blonde in 2021. So we
What?
I was gonna try
No.
to justify that, and then I was like, no, I can't do it.
No,
Well-
you don't mix desserts with your main course. What are you doing?
I just
You want
I
to put
don't.
chocolate on a steak or with
Mate,
veg?
cheesecake though, cheesecake.
I don't like cheesecake.
It's
Can we
just
cut him off, please? Can we cut him off?
I
Man's
don't
fucking
know.
cretin.
But apparently on top of this, yeah,
Don't
On
cut me
so-
off, I have tenure.
on top of this, It's
I tell you, right?
it's actually become a bit of a craze on TikTok apparently, because
has.
they've got people doing all sorts from like
Yeah, sounds
a
about right. Yeah.
a mug shot of a hot cross bun, um,
What?
a hot cross bun cocktail with bacon.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let's have a look. I'm just quickly reading like more of the crazes, which is a bit. I don't know. I am a fan of the hot cross bun, but I can't justify fruity mayo.
No.
Uh,
I
no,
like tiny fruit. I think tiny fruit freaks me out a little bit.
I
Tiny
know.
fruit freaks you out.
Yeah, like dehydrated, like sultanas, raisins. It's like
Yeah.
it's like somebody's tortured fruit and said, "Hey up, I'm gonna butcher you, torture you, suck you of all what's good, and stick you in a piece of bread." Bro, that's dark.
Yeah, and guess who's selling it for £2.50 a jar?
Is it you?
Waitrose.
Is it you?
No, it's not a me problem. It's a Waitrose problem.
Is it a big jar at least? 250 is a lot of money for mayo, man.
Yeah.
Mayo's actually quite expensive, especially like what's like the famous? Is it real? I think is it literally just called real mayonnaise?
Isn't that Hellman's?
Hellman's, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah. Hellman's is expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Same
tried,
like
to make,
Heinz
I
ketchup.
tried to make mayonnaise once. It's surprisingly difficult. Well,
How
in
many
theory,
chickens
it's,
did you get
in
through?
theory it's not, but you have to do a thing, and the timing's got to be perfect, and the feels it's annoying. I'll
Well,
try again.
I'm
one
not-
day.
So
It's sour cream anyway.
it's
Also,
alright.
the mayo they always have at takeaways is maybe because I'm drunk every time, but it's like miles better than anything I can buy in store.
I say that about
Yeah.
ketchup. Like takeaway ketchup is the shit. Like it's
It's
awesome.
so much better.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really is.
I completely agree. It's
Are they making that stuff themselves in the back? I'm going to assume they are.
I don't want to
No.
know how, but if they
No,
are, I'm down
no
for
one
it.
must know the secret of
I,
the
I,
condiments.
I can tell you now because I've asked. I know some of the mayo and ketchup and stuff that's being used by takeaways, and it's quite common. I don't know how they do what they do. Whether it's flavors in the
Sugar.
burgers or anything like that that mix in with the sauces, but yeah, some of it's actually quite common. I mean, I'm gonna big up Sainsbury's here. I mean, other
Where do they keep
retailers
getting that
are
red salt
available.
from?
Red salt.
Yeah, and don't tell me
It-
it's just
Paprika,
paprika
mate.
and salt. It's, not.
It's just paprika and salt.
No,
that's
it's
all it
not.
is.
I've tried this. No, it's not.
Well, if you make it yourself,
There's
it's not
something
going to
else
be
going-
the same as if someone's made it in a lab at a
So
food
angry.
place, food supplement place.
I disagree. Anything can be made in the kitchen.
I actually think it's garlic, paprika, and salt.
Let's have a look. Yeah, Sainsbury's are doing a cheese, tomato, and oregano hot cross bun, which I've got to give props to because if you like pizza, that's something you'll probably like.
If there's no tortured fruit in it, that sounds sick.
No tortured fruit.
Yeah, other retailers are available.
Maybe it's a stupid question. Is hot cross so? I don't eat hot cross buns. I just for whatever reason. Probably the tortured fruit thing. Just is that a staple of Easter? Is it because of the cross?
Yeah, because the cross. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the cross made of, actually? What is that?
Wood mostly.
This fucking guy, man. Why do we invite him? This fucking guy, man.
He just has all the answers. Okay. So I'm trying to find out what
Has anyone got any Easter eggs yet? Does anyone
Apart-
do you guys buy Easter eggs?
Yeah, still, but I have got to say, me and Claire have noticed this. We've said this year they've really gone downhill. So before,
Well, you're supposed to roll them downhill. Yeah.
2023,
especially the buttons, Cadbury's buttons, other makes are available. Used to get like 250, 300 grams of it, whatever it were. I'm just putting an example on it because I can't remember the exact number. But you used to get really like full on eggs with buttons inside and stuff. Now, for more expensive price, you get like half of what you did before. It's like 125 grams.
COVID, mate. Blame it on the COVID.
Blame it on the
it's
sugar
just,
tax.
you
Blame it
know,
on inflation.
Yeah.
Got COVID.
I blame
Ju-
global warming.
Just really quickly, guys, in answer to a lot of the salt questions, So it's
The salt
actually
rations?
so
Red salt.
red salt, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
is 38% sea salt,
Okay.
paprika, MSG E621, garlic, onion powder, tomato powder. So there is quite a mix in there. It's not.
Hold it
It's,
on, just paprika and salt.
I've
Yeah.
Knew
got
it all
all that.
along.
I've got that. Well, not tomato powder though. I've never. I want to try tomato powder. I want to throw that in stuff. See what happens.
yeah. I mean, I think that'll just make it tangy.
Yeah, I like that. I like a bit of tang.
Yeah, a
Bit of
bit of tang.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Tang.
I'm down with that as well.
Wasn't Tang a drink in America back in the day? And astronauts drank it.
I honestly
No.
don't know. That'd be
Yeah, it
interesting
rings a
if
bell.
it were.
It rings a
Yeah.
bell, but I don't know if tango is throwing me off.
No, I'm just thinking of Tang.
Oh yeah. You know when you've been tangled.
You've been tangled. Remember
Probably the
that? Bro?
greatest
That was
advert of all
amazing.
time, yeah. It got banned because the kid didn't quote. Because kids were slapping each other around the head. And
Literally, definitely.
some
What was that
kid
advert?
burst his eardrums. It's like, what happened? I got tango.
Oh
Been
my.
tangled. What was that advert with the big belly chasing him? When it was like belly's
Oh,
good,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh.
Reebok.
Great. Was it Reebok? That's a great advert for
Yeah.
Reebok, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's
that
been
was
some
Friday.
weird adverts in our time,
I
hasn't
think my favourite one, I actually watched it today. I can't remember. It's like it's a salmon video of a guy fighting a bear for a fish. It's you not seen that?
No.
Oh, I got to
I
share
like
that.
I like there's a I think it was either Xbox or PlayStation way back in the day,
Yeah.
and it started out with a woman in the hospital giving
I know
birth.
what this is, yeah.
Yeah, and she gives birth and she screams, and just at like the peak of the scream, the baby shoots out of her and flies up and smashes through the ceiling of the hospital, flies through the air. But as it flies through the air, it gets older, and it shows like the world passing it by as it's flying through the air, and he gets older and older and older, and then he grows to be an old man, and then lands directly in a grave.
He's like a missile in that grave. Destroys the grave on the way in.
I don't know what the concept was, but it's an amazing.
Oh.
I think it's because life is fast or something was the tagline.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm just like we can't see it on the chat, but I think you have to approve it, James. I've just put the link for something on there, which
It's no, it's I think I have all links blocked somewhere. Basically, when it came to my chat, I just basically got a common filter and basically stuck it on there, and unbeknownst to me, it did have some quirks to it, so I need to actually go through and check it out.
Quirky.
My chat, you can do whatever you want, guys.
So talking.
My chat, you have to get past me. I'm an absolute gatekeeper in my chat.
Yeah.
No one is allowed on the stream, not even me.
Talking of happy stuff, guys, what do you think of the crackdown on social disorder in the UK that they're doing this week?
The whippets.
Yeah, with the so it's basically what they now term as Hippy Crack. Hippy Crack.
I've been saying this for years.
So
Stupid name.
so
Is that fucking
so nitrous oxide, aka
characters?
laughing
Oh,
gas,
fuck off.
Yeah,
is
the whippets.
is now going to be a criminal offence in England and Wales, and it's part of a crackdown on antisocial behaviour, which kind of makes me wonder, right? If you're having laughing gas, how are you being antisocial if you're led in the park just laughing your absolute tits off at the sky?
You know, I tried that shit years and years ago. You don't laugh. It just makes your head go a bit weird for a few seconds.
Like poppers. Basically poppers, right?
It's basically poppers, yeah.
Yeah,
Poppers aren't illegal.
yeah, but
right?
yeah, poppers, liquid gold and stuff. You can still buy down Friargate.
Really?
Yeah.
Which store?
Yeah, they sell it in all the dodgy little stores.
Remember, James, you were the one who used to buy that stuff. Just saying.
No, I didn't.
I was there.
No,
Look at him immediately. Nah, that ain't me, mate.
Nah.
Right,
Played the fifth. No,
it's legal.
I don't. I mean, I get it. Like, if you've got gangs of roving kids, Mad Max style, running around on laughing gas, is the issue the laughing gas, or is the issue the kids? I don't know. But
I can see it.
I can see how somebody would go, do you know what? Let's resolve this issue by taking away the laughing gas because we can't kill the kids. I get it.
Yeah.
But is it really worth the effort? That's what
Well, that's it, isn't it? Is it really worth the effort?
Can we just legalize weed and just do the exact opposite and just have everyone chill out a little bit? Maybe. There's all sorts of solutions you could look at.
Yeah, I don't know. I sort of believe that we.
Legalize cocaine, you cowards.
We need to. We need.
Because it'll be
I
fun,
think.
you
No.
know,
I think.
No.
I think we do. I think we do need to be careful.
No,
I think. I've got to admit, you know, personally myself,
it's a gateway
you
drug.
know,
Is actually
um,
what we're saying.
I would say, you know, whereas when I was younger, I'd go for a walk at night down the local park or whatever, or walk through the park to the shops or whatever. I've got to say, probably I wouldn't now.
That not just because you're older though. And you're
No,
more...
no. I actually think that more goes on now than it used to. And
I don't know, man.
we're not as strict on kids now anymore either.
Yeah, I mean that's probably a societal issue more than a.
Yeah. It's a societal issue. I'm not going to deny it. But what I'm saying is, right? You should be able to just go for a walk. You should be able to just go through the park. You know, I see, you know, a bunch of kids these days. I don't think, oh, look at them having a good time. Most of the time, especially the groups I see, I think, oh, you know, what are they
Little
up
shit.
to?
Little
And the you know, I I believe there is a problem. I believe there
think-
is a problem. How we're going to solve it, I don't know, but um, I believe we have become too lax on how we treat our kids.
Parents, hate your children.
I mean, the great thing here is Double D has a bit of insight, you know, as a parent, but I kind of think, you know, have we become a bit too soft?
No, maybe a bit too sensitive, a bit too like. It's like, oh, I can't raise a hand to my. Well, you shouldn't do, but you got to discipline your fucking kids in some way, surely. Because
I
like,
think-
don't do this again. That's how you learn.
I completely agree. And I think
They're gonna do
Thinking-
stupid shit. They're gonna do illegal shit. We
They
all
are, of
do it
course
when
they
we're young.
are.
We've all done
course
stuff
they
that we're
are.
not supposed to do. That's just
But I think
everybody does it.
But
at
they're a
some point.
bit. But my point is, it seems like a
Like, if you're
lot.
jumping people, mugging
You
people,
know,
then that's a problem.
no, I've watched. I'm not
I
categorizing
only do that on weekends.
all teenagers this way, but I have honestly watched programs and documentaries and stuff, and teenagers have basically said, "Well, what are you gonna do? You call the police? They're just gonna tell me off and tell me to go home. What are you gonna do? You can't touch me. My parents can't.
give it
Parents
my
can't discipline me. You know, when I was younger, I'm not frightened to admit it were a clip around my bloody ear hole. And I'll tell you what, if you've been slapped correctly around back at knees as well, you bloody feel it. I'm not condoning this. What I'm saying is, on the rare occasion, you know, what is going too far with your kids, because otherwise it seems like since we've been highlighting these things and saying you shouldn't be doing that, it seems like the problem's got worse.
Do you know? For me, and I kind of got a split opinion because my kids are too young to be hitting that point. 4 and 8 for me.
Yeah,
So they're not at the point where socializing in the middle of the night is normalized for them.
yeah,
And I think when I was brought up, and I say that term really loosely because I felt like I was very much self-parented because my mum wasn't very supportive. I knew what was right and wrong, but that
Yeah.
wasn't through being taught. That was through learning. Does that make sense? I learned that
yeah.
because of
yeah.
other people's
Just-
actions. And I think for me, as a father, my approach isn't about discipline comes into it, but it's not about discipline for me. It's about making sure that my kids know the difference between what's right and wrong. They know what the expectations are in society. You wouldn't step up to somebody and say X, Y, Z because that's just not the done thing. And I think on your point earlier where you're saying you wouldn't feel comfortable walking through the park, I would probably reflect that back and ask you why. Because I wouldn't bother me. I would probably walk through a park if I saw a bunch of kids, but I would be maybe a little bit on guard.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't know what
So-
to expect. But it wouldn't change my plans, so to speak.
But I didn't used to be like that when I was younger. With my point, and I'm not saying that it's an age thing. I'm not saying it's being more wise to the world. You know, I'd honestly walk through a park and I'd think, you know, if a bunch of kids were hanging around and they got too close, you know, if you're walking along and stuff, I'd be genuinely worried. You know, at the end of the day, I do believe I can stick up for myself in a certain amount, but that's not the point. Yeah, you shouldn't have to think that way. But you sort of think that way because of the way society has developed. And like you're saying, it's knowing the difference between right and wrong. When you get teenagers going on TV and saying, what are you going to do? You know, the police won't do this. My mum ain't going to do out. She can't touch me. You know, when the actual taking away, I know everyone's different, but even taking away the fear of that clip around the ear hole or whatever, you know, I know times are different now, and there are other ways of doing it. I mean, for instance, as a parent, buddy, do you use tactics like the naughty step and stuff like that? If they were to ever misbehave, I'm not saying they do. I'm just saying if they were.
To a degree, yes. Not really the naughty step, but I instill a approach of consequences to your actions.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're messing up, you're misbehaving, then you lose access to X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
All right. If you're not eating your tea, then you're not having the cake. That's what it boils down to. There's consequences to your actions. If you misbehave, then that planned thing that we're gonna do, the boy will do it because he's not done anything wrong and he's earned the privilege to do that. But you will not. You will sit out because you've not earned that.
Which I think you've hit the nail on the head there. There's consequences.
Yeah.
That is the nail on the head. Whereas consequence used to be that your parents would tell you off, you'd be grounded, you'd do whatever. You know, I believe to a certain extent there might be less respect these days. But you've actually hit the nail on the head. You know, if you were doing something that might be considered misbehaving when you were younger, and someone said, "I'm going to call the police on you," you'd be like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah.
You know, you'd immediately stop what you were doing. You know, go home or go and play football somewhere. You know, something like that. But now, as I said, I'm watching TV and I'm seeing people come on going, "What are you gonna do?" Being Billy Big Bollocks, because the police, not only do the parents not have the rights, to deal out consequences. Let's not talk about like slapping the back of the knees and whatever now. But not only do they not have that consequence, you've also got the police in a position where all they can do is, you know, basically write them up and give it to the parents.
But again, like you said, where's the repercussions of that?
Exactly. I mean, I've got no objection. This is personally speaking.
Put me in juvie.
I'm not necessarily saying juvie.
Present for kids.
I'm not saying juvie, but if these kids want,
even temporarily, just to say like, "Oh, this is what happens."
You know, if people
your privileges are gone.
Yeah.
If you keep fucking up, this is what happens to you.
Yeah, I'm coming to
lose your freedom.
I'm coming to a point on that. So I have no objection if my kid was out there causing a nuisance and breaking the law at 14 or whatever, even if it was just a minor nuisance or whatever, yeah, antisocial behaviour, right? And they throw him in a cell at night. I'm not saying throw away the key. I'm just saying,
Can I take it one step further?
if you put him in a cell for the night as a parent, I would be like, you know what? If I were drunk and disorderly on the street causing a nuisance, I'd get thrown in a cell at night. And you know what? That would probably scare the hell out of them.
This may be controversial, but if
Oh
my
God!
I do this a lot, don't I? My boy's 8, right? So in like 4 years' time, 5 years' time, 6 years' time, when he's like 14, 15, and he's being a little sod in front of all his mates, and he's being aggressive, and he's being horrible to other people, I have no qualms. Tase him.
Tase him.
Just take. There's no permanent damage from tasing someone, right? Just tase him. It's you know, you're not breaking any bones. You're just teaching him a lesson that there's consequences to your actions. Just tase him.
That's
Anyway,
that's fair enough. And that's what we have to say about the new antisocial behaviour.
Tase him.
I think on that maybe because it's like that would be very controversial for a lot of people. Sign a waiver as a parent. You can tase my child.
Let's face it, you'd have to do that these days.
That's what I'm saying.
Or you'd have to opt out of tasing.
You'd have to...
You know what? Fuck it. Bring back conscription for 16-year-olds.
Mate, it worked for God, what's he called from Malcolm in the Middle?
Oh, not Reese. It's
not Reese. It's not Reese.
It's the other one, isn't it? Who's they sent him away to a boot camp.
Great show, man.
Oh, fantastic. So
Francis. Sorry, go on, mate. Go on. You're right.
So also in this week's news, right? So here we go, double standards here. I'm sure if my better half were to be on the podcast, she would mention my nickname of DSJ when I say something sometimes. Double standards, James. So basically, a woman came home from her first sonogram. And she had a 4D picture of the sonogram. The father of the child, her better half or worse half in this case, decided. No, I'm just saying in terms of the story. Decided to make a crack about how the baby looked ugly in the picture. Now, presented by this comment, the woman decided to basically go and say, "Oh, hang on, no, I'm not having that." Went on a strop, closed the phone, said, "I'm not going to show you any more photos, etc." And the guy's response was, "I'm only having a laugh," and she's like, "Well, it don't matter. I'm mega peeved at you, whatever." Right? But he said, what is the difference between me saying that picture looks ugly or he said to his wife, and you saying when he's causing you pain and moving around in your stomach, that little shit. So, it is kind of a double standard. And he's made a jest crack. He's not made it as in like intentionally being hurtful. And it's probably the same with her when she's caused pain during a pregnancy when it's moved in her stomach and that.
I don't think it's not calling someone ugly. It's not really a joke, is it? What's the punchline there? You're ugly. It's just a joke. Fuck you.
Can I call something to attention? Have you ever seen the 4D sonograms?
No.
Google it.
Are they ugly?
Google it. Google it right now.
Here we go. This is it.
I can talk about other people's kids. It's fine.
Google it right now. I'll speak about my own kids. While you're both Googling 4D sonograms. Babies when they're freshly born are ugly.
They're not. It's not. It's not pretty.
they take a few days to sort of straighten out and sort of get human again. But they
That's
look
not
like
okay.
little creepy
That's nightmare fuel.
Well,
aliens.
you.
I know, right? Exactly.
I actually
No,
get.
no, no,
I
no.
actually get this husband. I'm on board with Brad. I get this husband's point. Yeah,
Oh, what have you given birth to?
they're
not human.
not.
Are you sure that's human?
They're not.
Told ya.
It's the 4D sonograms are not exactly.
If your side. No,
They're
humans
not.
on my side of the
They're not making the baby photogenic. Put it that way.
They're hella expensive.
What-
They're like 120 quid or something.
I think what people have got to remember as well, right, with this is that if you think about it, when you go swimming or something, and you come out of the pool and you look at your fingers, you know where your capillaries and your fingers shrivel up, right? Right.
I look sexy when I swim.
Yeah.
I'm swimming the fountain of youth.
Right. This is a baby's whole existence for 9 months. They are swimming around in a uterus.
Are you
They're not
defending
developing.
the baby?
They're not doing laps, James.
Defending the baby right
They're
now.
not,
What's wrong with
they're
you?
not backstroking.
I don't know. Some women would argue, you know, with the kicking and moving around and stuff. But yeah, I sort of like looking at these 4D. Look at these 4D photos,
Turning
right?
the waves on.
I kind of understand if the bloke were he's not saying his kid isn't, you know, his kid isn't going to be good looking or whatever, you know, that he's not excited. But I kind of understand a jest.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I would have said if I saw that.
Yeah, it's
That's what I would have said.
you know, we've got this social interaction, and people have got to understand jokes and stuff like that, haven't they? So
Where are these people from? Where are they from?
these people are from, I'm sure it was local.
America.
No, it was
Yeah.
it was England. It was England.
Send her home. We
South.
don't want her. She's not. Yeah, it's got to be southern. It's got to
Yeah.
be southern.
Also, you should probably know what the line is to make a joke if you had a kid with somebody. Jeez,
you
communicating. You clearly don't communicate.
Now, mate.
I
Oh,
don't
no, you
know.
got a kid. Now you're locked in, buddy.
So sometimes I don't always
you're
say
locked in with your
things
demon
correctly.
child on a 4D sonogram.
It doesn't actually
That's what
say.
I'm image. That's what it's going to really look like. It's going to be the same colour as well. It's going to be orange and like a mushroom cloud.
They do come out. They do come out like clouds. Yeah.
Yeah.
They only form about 4 days afterwards. They come out as a gassy form.
Yeah.
And it's a
So obviously, a lot of people have had to comment on this. By the way, it doesn't say where they are. It just says the woman's 26 and the Bill, he's 30. Bill, you need to know the lines, mate. You need to know the lines of certain humour. No, it's not. It's very much English. It's very much English. It's a UK story. As a another person's commented, so you can imagine there's lots of comments on this.
Is this the Daily Mail?
No, it's not. It's not the Mail. This one. So one person said, as a 6-month-old pregnant woman who is also a mum to a beautiful 4-year-old girl, newborn babies are so ugly. They're squishy little potato aliens, but we say they're cute because of hormones. So basically, we don't want to set the mum off.
Factually, babies are ugly.
This is brilliant. So she goes on to say, my little girl was the most handsome 85-year-old man when she was a fresh human. She literally looked like someone's grandpa. That's absolutely brilliant.
As soon as they come out, they're horrible.
Yeah. Someone said newborns are almost always kind of ugly and creepy. They get a lot cuter after a month or two and are not cute when first born. It's just a polite thing to say so you can get a managed super good picture.
Exactly.
Oh, you've got to have a sense. I suppose you've got to have a sense of humour about these things. I mean, you can't sit there and go, that's the most attractive vision in the world, sort of thing. It's
Yeah, pregnant women, you've got to be careful around though. Like
But-
that previous comment sent.
But if you do, if that last story did cause you a bit of anxiety, scientists have come up with a new way to combat anxiety, which
Oh yeah.
Really?
which
What is it?
which I'm yet to try because I feel I'll be arrested if I ask anyone. It's smelling other people's armpits.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh my god.
What pervert came up with this?
Yeah, who thought let's do some scientific studies on this? Let's like
This
Go
this
on,
is this
go
is
on.
a story from
How do you not anxiously smell someone else's armpit?
To
Was
be
it
fair,
someone you're
no.
intimate with? No, intimately. But not even then.
No, I get it. Before you even give
What are you
more
doing it in
context,
public
it's-
showers after you go swimming? What are you doing? Hoping they won't notice?
this.
Get
By
it.
the way,
Get it.
this is in the Metro from Swedish researchers.
I already know what this is. Without knowing any more context. Think about it, right?
No.
Anxiety kicks in. You're worried about work. You're worried about life. You're worried about future. You're worried about how much whiskey you've got left at home, right? Normal
Yeah,
stuff that we all
right.
think about every single morning, right?
Yeah.
But the moment you put your nose in someone else's armpit, does any of that really matter?
No.
This is it.
Oh, this is a story that just keeps giving though, because I'm just reading up on the story more here. So, the researchers suggested that body odor might communicate an emotional state like happiness or anxiety, or even invoke similar responses. But as part of the study, volunteers were asked to donate armpit sweat from when they were watching either a scary movie or a happy one.
Donate.
Oh, if they got paid, I could have gone
just
gym a
gonna
few times.
Scrape it off. How does that work?
I just don't know. So, 48 women with social anxiety agreed to sniff some of these samples, along with receiving
they all women?
conventional mindful therapy. Let's have a look if there was.
This is a
So,
fetish.
so
All
this
women, is a
this
fetish.
this was a female study. So basically they did what's the word called where the I forgot the word where they give you a false pill.
Placebo.
Yeah, so basically they did a placebo on this as well. So some of the women were given genuine body odor sniff, while others were given clean air. Yeah, so you go and smell this tissue that's just been wiped in an armpit. You go outside. Oh, this is absolute comedy gold. So, sweat produced while someone's happy had the same effect as someone who has been scared in a movie clip. So, yeah, you could be right when you're saying about
Same sweat.
fetishes.
It's
Yeah,
the same sweat though, right?
I know. It's just,
Different glands don't activate. That's not how it works.
oh, it's just unbelievable.
Somebody's getting off on this, mate. I tell you.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so they just go into why smelling sweat is important, and smell plays a role in like getting rid of anxiety and stuff. Which I'm all down for different ways of like, figuring out anxiety
completely.
remedies and stuff. But
You and I
that
do.
that
I
that
take meds.
that
Yeah, but sweat doesn't cost anything.
That's true.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But
Do you want
that
me to, do you want me to
that
shuttle
that takes
shuttle
the
some
biscuit. That
fresh armpit?
Viewers,
over
send
there?
in your sweat to our PO box.
Yes, please.
PO Box 001 London W12 6EP.
All PO boxes are available.
Yes.
For your sweat, yes, they are.
but not if you want to get in contact with us.
Please don't.
So yeah, so that was one of the highlights of my week.
Right.
Apparently, as well, this week, Charles Bronson has failed in his appeal to get released. This is a guy, right, who got sent to jail in 1993 after a string of armed robberies and stuff, and he's one of Britain's more notorious,
Yeah.
right? And he got sent for I think it was the fourth time into prison for 8 years, right? Now, what has the guy done, right? I will go into this because I do know some of the things from the story. What has the guy done to go in prison for 8 years and still be there 22 years after his sentence was supposed to finish?
Did he kill anyone in prison?
He's not sniffing armpits, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. No, apparently, he's caused riots and done protests and stuff.
The guy
Uh,
seems completely eccentric.
People are saying he's still a danger to society, so he shouldn't be released. Which
Yeah,
is,
I wouldn't talk too loudly about him, James. He's out there. He's locked away, but not forever. Just saying.
well, at this rate, he will be. So apparently,
If JC's got anything to do with it,
appa-
on the board.
apparently, Bronson has held 11 hostages in 9 different sieges during his time in jail, with
Well, he's not
victims
getting caught, is
including
he?
governors, doctors, staff, and on one occasion, he actually held his own solicitor.
To what point do you just go, do you know what, mate? You're not in Gen Pop. You get locked in a room on your own.
Yeah,
for the rest of the
guy
life.
sounds insane.
Yeah.
He does. And
Right.
have you seen the tash on it now? It's just.
Let's judge a man's sanity by his facial hair. Let's go.
I don't know. With this mustache, you kind of think that.
I'm gonna Google it.
Look at Bronson's tash now.
Have you seen the Tom Hardy film? I've seen bits of the Tom Hardy film. It's so strange. This whole scene when he's making a guy a cup of tea. It's just odd.
Whoa, that is it. Wow, I quite like that tash. God damn.
That's a gander.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I'll put it in Discord.
That's
sick. This
that-
guy, I love him already.
that is a proper.
Release that man!
Wow. He looks so happy. What a
He look-
jovial
Dude,
dude.
do you know what he looks like? He looks like Dr. Robotnik.
He totally does. He totally does. Oh shit, he totally does. So
Oh.
He's gonna go kidnap animals and convert them into machines. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I
and then-
good.
Ride
Okay.
around on a giant flying machine and get taken out by a blue hedgehog.
Hey. Well, we're just.
That's alright.
Okay.
He's having issues tonight.
Yeah,
Well, I'm having issues every night, but these are technical in nature.
Yeah, no, we're back. We're back on.
Is it time yet, James?
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of being back on,
Yep, just give us a second.
he's ready, you know. He's ready, you know.
Let's just say Discord has crashed, so it will reload in about 10 seconds, and then we'll continue. There we go. It beat the 10 count. And yep, as honestly tonight we are having a lot of issues, and I do apologise. But
This is literally the most fun I've ever had.
this is
Dr. Robotnik and mushroom plagues. I need this in my life right now.
yeah. The amount of technical issues with Discord tonight is
Yeah, I've
unbelievable.
never had this before. It's so weird.
Damn it, Robotnik!
Honestly, it's
Yeah.
because guys, they've done an update, and
Oh, yeah.
and basically they've put like soundboarding and stuff on Discord. I
Really?
don't know if you've noticed or if you heard the claps before and
no.
stuff.
I heard the
I
claps, yeah. The
thought
claps
it
are
was-
good.
Yeah, so they've
I
done.
thought that was just the general applause I receive every day.
That was the audience. Yeah, that was the
Hey.
audience. That always follows you around.
The One View film before a live studio audience. So I used to love that back in the day. But yeah, apparently this all comes about because before Bronson's appeal was actually denied, He basically described what he wanted to do on his first day out.
Was it kill a blue hedgehog?
Nah.
Disappointed.
So basically, it was stuff like I want to go walking barefooted on grass and stuff like this.
Oh, lock him
Creep.
up!
What creep?
Keep him in
Fucking
prison
hell, that
forever.
guy's unacceptable. Not ready for public domain.
No. Clearly he's insane.
You're
Yeah,
telling us he wants to start painting next, lunatic.
I know. What the hell's going on there? Yeah. So, yeah. Apparently, yeah. He just because he's spent a total of 48 years behind bars up to this point, and he claims he's not dangerous. So it was his ex-wife Irene Dunrow who revealed the plans they had ahead of what he wanted to do, just the little things. And they said like they arranged a nice car to pick him up, take him to a Greasy Spoon cafe where he could have fried eggs and chips. Along with everything else you can think of, like bacon, sausages, and that. He wanted to go for barefoot walks along the grass. He can't wait to walk on the grass. It's been over God knows how long. And then he's going to go to an art shop, and he wants to have a look, and he wants to do some painting and stuff. So,
Oh my god, I was joking.
I know. But yeah, he wants paints and oils and everything.
Just stop being a bad person and you can do all that. That's what it boils down to, right?
Yeah.
Actions and repercussions. Just stop being a bad person.
And this is the best bit, and she might have
Oh,
right. So the ex-wife might have actually had a point here. So she then said they let somebody like Gary Glitter out. He didn't even have parole and all those things he did to all those children. I mean, where is the morality in this? She has got a point, lads.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not weighing in on that.
No, but if you're saying right, okay, so Gary Glitter, is
Yeah, but
okay to be released, even though he's, done what
But
he's
if you
done.
start questioning that, you're questioning the entire justice system. You're saying the severity of the crime
Is not proportionate.
doesn't matter based on what you do in prison, because that's exactly what the scenario is, right?
Yeah,
you can do the worst possible crime.
You've got to show reform, haven't you?
Yeah, and that's the key point. You're showing reform, not actually reforming. You're demonstrating that you're reforming. Might not necessarily be the case, but regardless of that, it's how you act within those walls dictates whether or not you can get out. And it's a flawed system. We all know it's a flawed system. It's a flawed system since that system was even put in place. It separates the liars from the truly reformed from those that don't give a shit either way, like Dr. Robotnik over there. There's no right answer, is there?
No,
ultimately?
no, there isn't.
In that comparison.
I think prisons should take the Norway approach, and it should be more focused on rehabilitation rather just incarceration.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Or take like the Middle Eastern approach, just chop off limbs.
Yeah, eye for an eye.
I completely agree.
If you've been diddling kids, you lose your dick. You ain't diddling kids anymore, are you?
Well, that's true. But guys, I have got to say once again, it's time.
Here we go.
For Munch or Punch. Oh, brilliant! Oh, absolutely! I'm so glad that I might just have to do it again. It's that time once again for Hey, it's Munch or Punch, the daily weekly podcast quiz where we get to know our co-podcasters a little better. A little
too much, you might say.
A little too much, you might say. And
you know too much at this point.
Would they munch a certain beverage, or a certain meal, or a certain celebrity? Do they fancy, like, favour towards this celebrity's food or whatever we choose every week, or games. And would they punch? Do they hate it? So, this week we have Double D in the hot seat. And Double D, this week I thought I would go easy on you. Okay? So this week I have gone, quite simply, for cocktails.
Wait, this sounds
Right.
awfully familiar.
We had cocktails last week. Are these normal cocktails rather than like? weird
Yeah,
ass
these are
cocktails?
these are normal cocktails.
Oh, okay.
So,
Hit him up.
and last week we did
I
movies
hope
for
you
Brad.
finished
Did we
it.
do
Oh,
movies?
yeah.
We
Yeah.
did do movies. For that.
Yes.
We did. That was a good one last week, actually.
It was.
Yes. So this week we have 20 recommended must-try cocktails.
All right.
We would like to know if Double D would munch or punch these cocktails.
Am I the resident alcoholic? I think I am, aren't I? I think it
No,
used to
that's
be you,
me.
Brad, but no, I don't think it is. I think I've taken over your spot, mate. I think I've
Yeah,
taken way more than
well.
you.
We'll see about that.
So, number one on the list this week in Munch or Punch is the Old Fashioned with 2 ounces of bourbon or rye whiskey and Augusta bitters and sugar and an orange twist garnish.
An old fashioned. That's
Yes.
the grimmest, most disgusting munch. That's like the best thing ever. God damn it, yeah. Put that in my mouth right now.
It's my favourite cocktail. I'm glad you came back with that.
I like an old fashioned.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Some-
especially the smoked orange and like
Yeah.
10 minutes to prep. Hate it at a bar because it takes so long, but if it's done right. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh yeah, the bar on the corner. What's it called? Across from
Hollis.
Across from Yates is in town.
What's it called?
Corner. Oh,
Yeah.
not Magnar's anymore, is it?
Yeah, it
is
used to be
Magnar's
It used to be Manyan. It begins
Not
with a B
Magnar's,
now.
yeah. Beluga.
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 They, if you go in there during the day, they make an absolute cracking old
Really?
fashioned. Yeah.
Oh god damn! I didn't know that.
At night they rush it a little.
don't-
I've had it during the day and at night, but oh yeah.
I very rarely go in there.
Yeah, I know. It's too much for me usually, but I might nip in at one point. On
Yeah,
my own, not
ju-
weird.
During
Weird.
the day, it's rather quiet and nice, so I quite like
Oh,
it.
I've not done that. So.
So.
Anyway, number 2. Let's go.
Number
Go,
2,
go, go, go.
margarita with tequila, control, lime juice,
Yeah.
and salt on the rim.
Salty tequila. Tequila always reminds me of my ex. So anything tequila based needs to go out the window because bad mind state whenever I drink it. So no thanks on the tequila.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Munch.
Number 3 is cosmopolitan with citrus vodka, control, lime juice, and cranberry juice.
Munch.
And number 4
Good.
is Negroni, which is 1 ounce of gin, 1 ounce of Campari, and 1 ounce of sweet vermouth.
What's Campari?
Campari, I think, is like a flavoured liqueur, if I remember rightly.
Negroni. I'll try Negroni.
Yeah,
It looks pretty nice. It looks like it's orange based.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good shout.
Yeah.
I'll have that.
It's Italian bitter, orange bitter
let's go and watch
taste.
it.
So that's good. Right, number what are we on? Number 5 is Moscow Mule with vodka, ginger
Oh,
beer,
Munch,
and lime
Munch,
juice.
Munch.
I've never actually had one, but it sounds right up
Yeah.
my street.
Yeah, that ginger. Oof, I love a good ginger.
I'm not against cocktails, but I need so many different spirits.
I was in. Sorry. I know it's
Oh.
off my
No, go on.
I was in Manchester last week for Snoop Dogg. We went to a cocktail bar beforehand, and it was one of them really unnecessarily fancy cocktail bars where they give you like loads of like veg in your drink.
Yeah.
And I ordered like a Moscow Mule-esque type drink, and it came with like massive strands of ginger and all this like weird greenery, and I was just biting all this. You're not supposed to eat it, are you? That's
Yeah.
not part of the deal. And I
Yeah.
was like, if I'm paying all this money for a cocktail, I'm gonna eat the veg. So I'm like eating all this veg, and I'm like, it's not really that tasty. and I took a bite of this raw ginger, and it blew my mind. I've never sobered up so quickly in my life.
Oh, I've never done that. I've never had raw ginger.
It was my sinuses were just cleared in an instant, mate. It was amazing.
That's
Anyway,
amazing.
moving on.
So number 6 is shaken not stirred martini with 3 ounces of gin or vodka, so you can have it either way. 0.5 ounce of dry vermouth, and it's got lemon peel or olives in.
I think I've had it before and didn't really like it. Punch.
Not a shaken stirred. James.
I'm not cool enough for a Bond type drink.
That's fair enough. Number 7 online is
Type guy.
mojito.
What's in a mojito?
So we've got 3.
Isn't it?
Yeah, so we've got 3 mint leaves, 2 ounce of white rum, 0.75 lime juice, and 0.5 ounce of simple syrup.
White rum, pass. Punch, sorry.
Number 8 is whiskey sour. So 2 ounce of whiskey, 1 ounce of lemon juice, sugar, and an egg white optional.
Yeah, I'll opt out of the egg white, but
Has it got an egg in it?
no, egg whites do not belong in drinks, man.
Number 9 is the French 75, which very simply is 2 ounces of gin, 2 dashes of simple syrup, 0.5 lemon juice, and champagne.
Go. Yeah, I'll have a slice of that pie. Munch.
Hey, number 10, my second favourite cocktail is a Manhattan. Very simply, rye whiskey, sweet vermouth, and Augusta bitters. There are other ways of making it.
Yeah, I'll have a taste of that. Yeah, let's go.
So we need to have that Manhattan night.
Yes, we do need to have the Manhattan night, Brandon.
Harry's Bar in Preston makes excellent Manhattans. But
Really?
if we are going to have a Manhattan night, just because of the price of them, I'd say let's have it around at Breezy's.
Come on, bring a bottle.
Number 11 is Spritz, which is equal parts Aperol, Prosecco, and soda.
Nah, waste of time. Punch.
Waste the time.
Number 12 is Gimlet, which is 2 ounces of gin or vodka, 0.75 ounce of simple syrup, and 0.75 ounce of lime juice. And then you shake the ingredients with ice and strain into a cocktail glass.
I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's munch it. I'm not sure what to expect out of that. So yeah, let's go.
That's good. I actually like the sound of that. Number I keep losing where we're at. My mind's all over the place this evening. Number 13 is Sazerac, which is 2 ounces of whiskey, 0.5 simple syrup, 2 dashes of Peychaud's bitter, and then to top it off, a shot of absinthe.
Oh, you're not having more than one of them, are you? I think that's probably a good way to start the night. Brad, can you make us one of them? Can you send that to Brad? He'll set one of them up for us.
I do have absinthe from the house, so yeah, I could.
Let's go. Yeah.
I used to. I think I drank it when I came back from Prague last time and brought a bottle back. There you go, Breezy. I've put it in Discord for us.
I have very little reason to drink absinthe these
And
days.
well, yeah.
Oh,
Number
it's good.
14.
That's a second drink.
Number 14 is Pim's Cup, which is 50 ml of Pims, 150 ml of lemonade, mint, orange strawberries, cucumber to garnish.
So I was speaking to somebody about Pims on Tuesday night, actually.
To garnish?
Yeah. It's like, yeah. So I was speaking to somebody about Pims on Tuesday. It's funny this been brought up. And we were talking about alcohol consumption and how Pims and Bloody Marys. Bloody Marys is one of my favourite cocktails. Pims and Bloody Marys are about the only acceptable cocktails you can drink before like 11 o'clock. So yeah. So 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Pims. Let's go. I'm munching that all day, mate.
Sounds good. So number 15, like its little 50cc namesake, is the Vesper with 3 ounces of gin, 1 ounce of vodka, and 0.5 ounce of Lily Blanc.
The James Bond drink, isn't it?
Does not sound nice. No, punch. No, thank you.
It looks like a refreshing drink rather than an actual nom.
It'd make you feel something with 3 parts gin and 1 part vodka. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Feels
exactly.
fucking rocket fuel.
So, number 16 is Tom Collins. So,
Any relation?
it's essentially a sour topped with club soda. It's a classic cocktail that's easy and delicious, and you can whip it up at home. And for a truly traditional version, opt for Old Tom style gin. 2 ounces of Old Tom gin, 1 ounce of lemon juice, 5 ounces of syrup, and a club soda.
Looks very generic.
Right.
Let me put that out there.
It's all right. I mean, I wouldn't like choose it. So I actually, because I wouldn't choose it, it'd be punch, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Like,
Yeah.
like if somebody offered it, I'd be like, no, I can drink that. I don't want. I don't want this. It's got a shit name as well. Come on, mate. Put some imagination into your name.
I don't know. And
I'm not feeling that in the air tonight. That's for sure.
hey, so number 17. Have a bit of faith in the Mexicans when they come with Paloma. So Paloma, it's a classic margarita in Mexico. 2 ounces tequila, 5 ounces of lime juice, and grapefruit soda to top. And you can, and you add tequila and lime to a salt rimmed glass filled with ice. Actually, it's really nice. I'm gonna have to get one of these.
I think I'd munch it. I think tequila and grapefruit might be quite interesting. I'd give that a shot.
Definitely on the sour side, but could be quite tasty.
Yeah, and I usually don't like anything Mexican related. That's not a racist thing. I just don't like it. Just doesn't sit well with me. But yeah, I'd go for a bit of grapefruit on that. I think that'd be quite nice.
Sounds good. So next, we've got the official drink of the Kentucky Derby in America, which is
Brad's straight this, I think.
So this is the mint julep, which is 2 ounces of bourbon, 8 to 10 mint leaves, and 25 ounces of simple syrup.
Oh, that's fucking grim.
Yeah. I'm gonna mix mint with.
But that cup does look really mint, literally.
That's a mint looking cup. No, mate. Not down for that. Sorry, Brad.
No, I don't blame you.
No. Mint wouldn't be my go-to for bourbon.
They're not down with the Kentucky. Maybe they'd like a dark and stormy evening.
I do like a dark and stormy.
Which
next.
Oh, he already knows what that is.
Yeah.
For our listeners, it is Gosling's Black Seal Rum and ginger beer to top it off.
It's the ginger, mate. I've got a soft spot for ginger.
Number 20 is, last but not least, the Boulevardier, which is, it's Negroni's French cousin in cocktail world. So it was born in the late 1920s, and it's essentially a Negroni made with whiskey instead of gin. So what you have in this is 1 ounce of Campari, 1 ounce of sweet red vermouth, and 1 to 1.5 ounce, with us probably about 3 ounce of bourbon. Rye whiskey is often used in the modern day versions, but not necessarily.
Yeah, I'd have a punt at that for sure. Definitely have a punt.
Yeah, you down with that?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that concludes today for today's Munch or Punch. Oh, yes.
Next week.
And that leads us into our next segment, which is...
Oh, the time we all get to sit back and listen to story time. This is my favourite part.
Brett's Movie of the Week. So, Breezy, this week, what have you got for us, son? It's just the glasses. I'm going to applaud that. I'm going to applaud it.
Mate. I love the continuity.
So, See if I can do this. Hot quiz, hot shot. There's a bomb on a bus. Once the bus goes 50 miles an hour, the bomb is armed. If it drops below 50, the bus blows up. What do you do? What do you do?
Oh, you just keep on driving and then arrange a safe spot to jump out.
So, can you guess what it is? So, 1995, we are going speed. I considered talking about John Wick. I just saw John Wick. Oh, but what can I say about John Wick, which everyone else? So, we found another Keanu.
Oh,
What it took us a few weeks back, because it's speed.
Out a lot,
you,
bruh.
you're cutting out a bit here, Breezy.
We're talking about speed. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Right, yeah,
What were your comments about John Wick there?
I was gonna talk about John Wick. So I saw John Wick 4 last weekend.
Rating?
Awesome. Oh, it's great.
Not OTT on the violence.
It's John Wick.
yeah, all right.
You see, it was just a bit too much for me.
Fair enough.
But carry on with speed.
Yeah, so I was gonna talk about John Wick, but everyone in the world's talking about John Wick. So go back to Keanu Reeves in the 90s. We'll talk about speed. So it's just, what can I say? Just like great 90s movie. It's just
Yeah.
it's Keanu Reeves. Like, this is Point Break Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves probably before John Wick, before The Matrix.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, it's just such a good. It's just, I still think it's one of the best films. The whole speech about the bomb and the bus, like, what do you do? And it's just everything that goes with it. The villain is great, Dennis Hopper. Also, this film, personal note, is one of the best experiences I had in Edinburgh. My favorite bar in the world, the Banshee. They were playing Speed on the big screen, and just like we all wasted some random guy. It's just a completely ridiculous film, which keeps building up in speed because it literally can't slow down because it will explode, even when it has to jump a gorge on a unconstructed highway. And it's just like, and then my mate, whoever else was there, this random guy stopped banging on the tail, going, Jack. The bus makes the jump, and of course it lands. Oh God, it's so good. Just watch Speed, people. Just watch it.
Just what? It is an amazing film. It's
Yeah.
iconic. It's
iconic.
It's a cornerstone of cinema in the 90s, isn't it?
Yeah, it's perfect. It's just the perfect. And also, I think it might surprise you though if you haven't watched. How much longer the film goes on after they're off. It's like, oh, the bus explodes, it's over. No, it's not. There's like another left, guys.
Yeah, I have to admit,
They ended it sooner, in my opinion, but
I only watched it the other week, and I have to admit, I forgot how long it was after the bus explodes.
a lot of things explode in this movie, not just the bus. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's utterly
Spoilers
brilliant.
for those that haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Things explode, shit goes wrong. There's a mad bomb man. There's a madman putting bombs around California. It's up to Keanu Reeves to save the day, which includes going on a bus with this absurd situation. I mean, what would you do?
Making out with an making out with an incredibly hot woman.
Oh, Julia Roberts, of course, yeah.
Julia Roberts.
Is that her name?
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Who's Julia Roberts?
She's another actress, but nowhere near as cool.
Yeah, Pretty Woman.
I don't remember names.
Sandy B is awesome.
Oh, she's great. What's she done lately?
Not a lot, and that's why she's cool.
She did a film with Channing Tatum recently, which I watched on Sky. It was actually quite good. It was sort of Indiana Jones based. She was writing. She plays a character who writes books about old Indiana Jones style stories. Searching out lost treasure and that, and it's pretty cool. You should check it out, Breezy.
So what do you do in that situation? I mean, eventually the bus is just going to run out of fuel. Let's just say it literally can't go on forever, right? So it's just like driving around there trying to avoid all these obstacles, trying not to kill anybody.
I think they did it exactly right. What they did in the movie, absolutely spot on in every respect.
Say that about a lot of films, mate. Can't say that about.
I kind of like those as well. If you watch it, like some of the extras, other people on the bus, they don't have character arcs, but they have they're kind of memorable. Like I think there's the Native American dude who's like, this guy's.
Yeah.
The tourist, I think. Who's like, okay.
There's the guy who freaks out who's been in a lot of movies and no one ever remembers his
Like,
name.
the guy pulls a gun on the bus. He's like,
Yeah.
stop the bus. No, mate.
Absolutely brilliant. No, thanks for that, Brad. It's a really good movie of the week.
Amazon.
Yeah, it is.
What do you do?
But other streaming services are available.
No, they're not.
Right, so guys, I'm gonna have to quickly whisk along. But that was good, Brad. I really appreciate that. And we are gonna look at a single of the week this week, because I don't know if anyone caught it, but last week I actually had to sort of like I was in the midst of sorting stuff out, and we actually missed doing the single of the week because we just got a bit behind. But
Did you not play us out last week? You played us out of it, didn't you?
I did in the end. I did a post live recording.
Yeah, I remember hearing it somewhere.
Yeah, and I put it on the post live version, which is available at all good streaming services, such as Spotify, Amazon, and Audible. So this week, right? So I want the guys to. There's a lot of work that goes into these streaming setups. I don't know if people know, but it can be. It can be a lot of work, so I do try and share the audio with the guys when I can, and hopefully they can see what I'm showing them now. This week we're going with a bit of Feel the Energy, and it's by a group called Catnip, and it's featuring Emmy, and it goes a little something like this.
Not feeling the energy. Okay.
Cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got all that it takes to win and overcome. What I got is just a feeling, but it's oh so strong. It goes on and on. There's something going on inside of me. I feel it growing stronger every beat. I never just believe in what I see. Cause I can feel the energy.
So that is Catnip featuring Emmy and Feeling the Energy. Thank you very much for everyone who tuned in this week. Really appreciate it. And thank you very much to the guys, as always, for stopping by for the movie of the week, and Double D for the subject of Munch or Punch. And in the meantime, we'll leave. The song will be available in full on your streaming services. And have a fantastic weekend. And thank you for stopping by. Take care.
Anxious, go sniff some.
We love you all equally.